Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic. This is Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath.
Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe. Family, take a breath, deep breath. There's power in the breath. There's liberation in the breath. There's freedom in the breath. There's wealth in the breath. And most importantly, there's health in the breath. Take a deep breath, family. All right, as we move in, and we wish you a great Kuumba, because it is Kuumba. Yep, clap it up. 1, 2, clap it up. Man, we on the day of Kuumba. During the week of Imani. Man, oh man. Let's get it. So, man, I want to welcome you to the Daily Spark. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. And most importantly, make some comments. You hear something that's popping off to you, you know what I'm saying? Drop the fire emojis or type in the word I say. I want to see how you spell it, right? I want to see how you spell it. But anyway, let's keep it moving and let's keep building, family. So, once again, we are on Kuumba, and I want to make sure that those of you that are new to this, right? Those of you that are new to this, right? I want you to just focus on finding Kuumba in your world, in the reality that you are currently in. I want you, when you go out in the world, if you have to work, if you're going to some type of festival or whatever, I want you to find Kuumba, right? Look for it. Where do you see yourself acting and using Kuumba? Where do you see people around you acting and using Kuumba? But those of you that are not new to this, but true to this, right? You have been doing this for a while. You have been studying. You know what I'm talking about. We are in the week of Imani. I want you to not only find Kuumba, but I want you also to be searching out and finding Imani. And I want you to get the lesson that Kuumba has for you today about Imani. You see how it works? Well, anyway, let's keep it moving. So family, look, check it out. I want to make sure you get the full proverb as well as the full algorithm. And in the coming weeks, I'm gonna be adding. I'm thinking about adding a loop, Ubuntu loop. I'll be talking about that a little bit more. I possibly will do a show. I got a write-up on it, but I think we might need to add Ubuntu loops, right? So the concept came to me thinking about yoga, right? Because giving shouts out to Brother Malik. Yep. That's what I take that. We have to take time to lift up the people that we are learning from. You understand, right? So Malik does a beautiful thing called Sunset Yoga. And I try to go to him during the year. It get kind of hard because he does it through OSU health initiative that they have in the community, and he does his yoga, right? You got to get some practices. Make sure you get some practices. Tell them, Anime. Tell them, right? Tell them, y'all need to get some practices, right? That you can go and grasp to and hold on to that will help keep you centered and aligned. So every week, every time I go to his practice, he does this thing called the Ubuntu Pledge. I'm like, damn, boom, boom, boom. I am because we are, right? Knowing about Ubuntu and being involved in the culture because, shit, me and Malik, you know what I'm saying? We came into this thing around the same time. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, his family probably was involved with it long before I was. But anyway, because, generations. But anyway, so I'm looking at it, and I'm like, boom, Ubuntu means I am because we are. But the second part of it is we are because I am. Right? It's a loop. You see it? I am because we are, and we are because I am. It loops back to I. The I goes to the we loops back to the I. I said, okay, cool. We could use that. That's a powerful concept because it talks about how the individual needs the community and the community needs the individual, right? I need to stop because I'm about to go off on this shit. I'm going to stop. So I'm thinking about adding Ubuntu loops. Thank you, Anime, because I was about to jump back into it. She pulled out the pistol, and I'm gonna stay focused. I'm gonna add Ubuntu loops. I'm working on it. I'm building a chat bot that can assist me because it has the understanding of the culture. I got to make sure I program it so it got the Jami speak in there, right? But I will be returning to you with some loops to help you. It'll be a little bit simpler than the algorithm and something that you can work on for each principle. I'm gonna freak that out. Trust me. Leave it to Brother Hatem. All right. Let's get into it. Proverb of the day. The wonderful and the impossible have come into collision. The wonderful and impossible have come into collision. Right? I want you to think about that, right? Collision. What happens when two things of power collide? There's a release of energy. Let me say this to you. In many cases, you might be the wonderful. In other cases, you might be the impossible. But when those two collide, there's a release of energy. There's a space created. And we are in a time right now where that space is being created. And the question that I have to ask you on this day of Kuumba, during the week of Imani, during the cycle of Ujima, during the year Ujima, right? How are you using the space? How will you use the space when the collision finally explodes? How will you harness the energy that is released? You dig? See, we're dealing with quantum physics as well. Because I want you to think about it. When two atoms collide, right? When you force two atoms to run headlong into each other, approaching the speed of light, and they collide, there's a massive amount of energy release. Space created, yes, indeed, but a massive amount of energy. What are we going to do with the energy? How are we going to harness it? Or are we just going to let it run through our community, destroy our community? Because we can harness energy. You know that, right? That's what the melanin is for. That's why many of us chose to be born in this time, because we saw the collision of the wonderful and the impossible happening in this time. And we chose to come and partake in the bathe of the energy that's going to be released, and to be able to take advantage of the space that will be opened up for our people and all humanity. All right, but hey, let's move on to the algorithm for the day. The algorithm is, I saw problems with the elegance of an artist, and Let me say it again. I saw problems with the elegance, which is such a beautiful word. The elegance of an artist. I saw problems with the elegance of artists. Now, you say it with me. I saw problems. You hear him, Anime? Okay, Anime says she heard y'all. I saw problems with the elegance. Say it. Stress the elegance. With the elegance. Word. You heard him, Simba? Of an artist. Our problems, our challenges, our obstacles, our opportunities, our canvases upon which we have the ability to create our masterpieces upon and with. Our problems, our issues, our obstacles, our challenges are the tools and the paints and the materials that we work with to formulate and create the life that we want. And I want you to think about this. And not saying that it's painless, not saying, but we create with elegance. So even in the midst of the chaos and the problems and the troubles and the debts and the overwhelming and the depression, we look good working it, creating the world that we want. I want you to think about that. You are an artist in this life. You might not be a painter. You might not be a cooker. You might not be somebody that could take a stone and see a beautiful piece. But with your life, baby, you are an artist. And I need you to grasp onto it. I need you to hold on to that. And I need you to know that when depression comes, because when it comes, you need to be able to take it and put it on your board and use it to light up the canvas of your life. You dig, right? When struggle come, I need you to take it and paint and look good doing it, because you've been doing it. We've been doing it like that for so long. So when the collision of the wonderful and the impossible happens, I want you to be able to take the energy that is released and create something marvelous and beautiful in this space that will be created. Because in that space, humanity is going to be able to truly exist. Because all this bullshit is going to be evaporated. I don't know if evaporated is the right word. Obliterated. Let's just say that, right? Because a lot of this shit is going to have to go. People going to have to make critical choices, and their choices will take them to their ultimate reward. All right. Whatever side of reality they're going to be on, all right? Or whatever side of the veil they will be on. But anyway, let's get into our discussion. Let me read my haikus for you today. My breath is flowing. The mind is totally free, touching the beauty. So I got up, I did my little breath work. I did my Tai Chi. I did all of it, right? And when I got done, man, it was a beautiful moment. I won't go into it, but if you want more information, go to the notes prior to the show, because in the general discussion in the Daily Spark Telegram, I kind of had that discussion. So I won't go into these. I'm just going to read them and get directly into this, because I'm getting ready to go to Simba camp, man. Simba ready. I'm ready too. All right. The Ubuntu loop, a very simple concept, may be what we need. All right. Last one. Ancestors give gifts that come disguised as simple, but solves hard problems. I wanted to use complex, but complex is 2 syllables. And I couldn't use 2 symbols, but but solves complexity. Complexity is 4, so I had to settle with what I got. But family, classes in session. Let's get into what we got today. Damn, I did 15 minutes already. Wow. Okay. Here is the official haiku for the day. The wonderful and the impossible. Oh, my fault. This is the proverb. I already read it, so I ain't gonna read it. But here is the official haiku. Cut away the noise, shed the weight of ancient codes. Art blooms from the void. I need you to come onto the porch and let's talk about the divine algorithm of the ancestors. Today marks a sacred alignment. Of course, all of them do. We are stepping directly into the brilliant, creative portal of Kuumba, vibrating at the high texture frequency of orange. The world likes to tell our people that to build a legacy, we must hustle harder, pile on more burdens, and accumulate more stress. And I'm going to keep running it. I'm going to keep running that line on y'all. I need y'all to understand. Somebody type out share if you understand why I have to keep repeating myself. Because I have to, I'm going to be quiet. Those that understand, type it in. But the Giami way is a subtractive journey. True self-mastery isn't about adding extra weight. It's about radical elimination. When we let ourselves get trapped in the low vibrational conditioning of being mad, sad, or scared, the system wins. It feeds us a steady diet of blame, shame, and guilt until we look at our obstacles and see an unyielding concrete wall. But an artist knows that a wall is merely an unshaped canvas. To solve problems with the elegance of an artist means you do not waste your life force fighting the external ugliness. You simply design a more beautiful reality from within. Look at Nelson Mandela, born on this very day in 1918. The apartheid machine was a towering mountain of unyielding iron, a system designed to crush the black spirit. The entire world claimed that dismantling it without a catastrophic bloodbath was completely impossible. But Mandela refused to operate on the rustic codes of survival mode. Now, we got to understand that there was a process there, because oftentimes they want us to start at the end of the story. Elder Wakesa does an excellent piece on dissecting the hero and how they want to hand the hero to us. They don't want to hand it to us with the process. They want to hand it to us as a complete person so that we think that it's impossible. We got to understand why Mandela went to jail, right? Why they had to lock his ass up, and how he was able to go through the process that he went through to come to the conclusions that he came to. All right. So Mandela refused to operate on the rustic codes of survival mode. Through the strategic patience of Kuumba, through the creative force of reconciliation and relentless artistic leadership, he allowed the wonderful to collide with the impossible. A new nation was sculpted out of what looked like barren stone. Now, beautiful story, but let's look at the reality. All right? Always remember reality. I want to make sure you get the beautiful story, but I want you to understand the reality. All right, cool. We must stop overcomplicating our collective growth. We carry too much psychological noise, the illusion of inadequacy, the false treasures of society validation that drain our sacred life force, our shade. Your mind-body connection is your ultimate tool of serenity. When you scrape off the buildup of generational trauma, delete the old scripts of I can't, a profound stillness takes root. Suddenly your movements flow with rope flow ease and Tai Chi grace, or even the grace of an African dance, the elegance of an African dancer. You stop reacting to the chaos and start creating the peace. Clean your mental house today. Try. Release the urge to do more and focus purely on shedding what is not authentically you. When you clear the clutter from your soul, you reveal the masterpiece that the Creator already placed inside you. Let us make our lives a beautiful living art. Now, family, check this out. To plug in and get more of this, plug in with my books, to plug in with the e-course, because I got the e-course on here for 90% off. Click the link. Don't be scared off by the price. 90% off will be taken once you click it, and it take you through there. It'll be about $60. You're looking at the price of $600. That's how much the e-course costs. It's a 49-day initiation, family. Stop playing with me. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to lie to you and be like, oh, it's easy. It's a 3-10 stepper. No, nigga, no. You're going to have to do some work. But I'll get you there. Matter of fact, you'll get you there. Like the process of Mandela, right? Everybody want Mandela results, but they don't want the Mandela process. Everybody want Malcolm X-like outcomes, but we don't want the Malcolm X process. Many people want the Martin Luther King leadership mantle, but they don't want the Martin Luther King process. Come on now. You got to have the whole process, and you going through a process, right? But people gonna talk about your life after it's over, because they're gonna remember all the beautiful shit. They're not gonna remember the struggles, right? But we got to make sure people understand. At least those that's with us understand the process here. All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead. So family, I'm done, and you know what that means. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.